Writing on Stone is a 4-kilometer-long section of the Milk River Valley in southern Alberta that is sacred to the Blackfoot Nation. They used the sandstone walls to record art and historical events with petroglyphs. It is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site with a provincial park and campground at the east end. The valley was carved by subglacial rivers and was exposed by the retreating ice about 10,000 years ago. Some rock horizons eroded more easily, which created hoodoos. The descent into the valley is magical. The sandstone was deposited in beach and estuary environments in the late Cretaceous period about 80 million years ago. Rocks of this age can be rich in dinosaurs, but this valley lacks fossils. The east edge of the campground is by the river, where it cuts through glacial deposits to make a high bank on the south shore. Further back are cliffs of the Milk River Formation. The subglacial river cut fantastical caves into the sandstone. Some of these caves have clearly been used as nesting sites by large birds. At this time, one of these was in use by a family of ravens. There are 6 juveniles in the nest. They are not quite fledged. On the north shore, the mud nests of a colony of cliff swallows are tucked beneath ledges directly over the river. There seems not to have been any activity here in the last 3 years, but hopefully the swallows will return one day. Upstream from the campground, the river meanders across a wide, flat valley with grassy areas inside the loops. Towering over the southern horizon is the western butte of the Sweetgrass Hills in northern Montana. This is an eroded volcanic center, 54 million years old. In the late afternoon, the place to be is at the highest viewpoint at the west edge of the park. From this point, one can look down at raptors such as this northern harrier. After taking these photos, I turned around to capture a Say's Phoebe landing on a nearby bush. But in the early morning, you need to be on the valley floor alongside the sandstone outcrops. This morning, each grassy loop in the valley was occupied by a single, very noisy pheasant. When you walk in this area, be aware that rattlesnakes like to sun themselves at the edge of the rocks. I had my 14mm lens on when we found this little fellow, and before I could change lenses, he retreated under the rocks. The spotted tuis are not terribly shy. One landed right in front of me here, calling for its mate. When it arrived, they went hunting for insects among the rocks, always seeming to keep one corner ahead of me. The hoodoos make admirable perches for birds that like to greet the rising sun while surveying the valley below. That would include Canada geese. I'm not sure if they spent the night there, but at dawn, pairs of geese sat together before soaring down to the river for the rest of the day. But the real king of the hoodoo castles is the rock wren. I have lots of video of wrens singing and scampering over the rocks, but most of the audio is ruined by wind noise. This little fellow thoughtfully came by for a close-up. Thanks for watching.